What's up guys, it is Elijah from 94 Strings here. Today we're going to be going over episode 3 of the Casio CDP series. We're going to be going over split, layer, piano/organ, hall, and arpeggiator modes. So, for some pretty cool stuff for today. Next video we will be teaching how to record stuff onto your piano and possibly saving it to an SD card, because there is an SD card slot here. And the next video after that, we are actually going to get into some really awesome MIDI stuff with computers. So, stay tuned for that. Also, we should be having some professional music videos soon, as well as some guitar solos by Jacob. So stay tuned for all of that, and let's get started. The first setting we have here is split. Basically, it allows you to split your piano into two different instruments. I'm going to go ahead and configure my first instrument as a piano. I'm going to push the split button, just tap it once, and it will show another instrument. I'm going to go ahead and configure my second instrument as a drum set. So as you can see here, those were all drums, but this one was a piano. So as you can see, the split is by default right here. In order to change where the split occurs, just push and hold the split button, and while you're still holding it, just tap any key on the piano, and it will redefine the split point. So that's very useful if you want to change where your piano does that. We're going to turn that off. Moving on to layer. This is very basic. It just layers two tones on top of one another. So I'm going to go ahead and set this first one as a grand piano. I'm going to push the layer button, and then for my second instrument, which just popped up, I'm going to go ahead and select drum set. And as you can see, it pulled in the drum set settings as well as the piano tones that you heard there. So that's the layer function. Moving on to arpeggiator, this one is a little bit more complicated. So in order to turn it on, you just tap it once to turn it on, tap it once to turn it off. But in order to actually configure it, you need to push and hold, and the settings for it will pop up. There's a lot of settings for it. Basically just mostly different modes of how the keys will arrange themselves in different ways. So for this one, I don't think it did anything for that one actually, but I'm going to go ahead and select this mode right here. I'm just going to pull up a random one. So it teaches it to do different things. Basically, we'll roll the notes for you, and that's useful if you want to have like a constant playing background or something. So that's the particular one that this one did. So if you just push and hold one note, it will repeat itself, and then if I hold two, it'll switch back and forth. So really, there's a lot of different modes on this that you can select when you configure this. Just play around with it. It does some pretty cool things. I don't use it that much, but it's useful to some people, so cool. Next we're going to move on to hall mode. So on the piano you can actually change the reverberation setting on the how much your piano echoes. So, and that's done by pushing function, and in here, if I turn the reverberation all the way off, it doesn't echo at all, but if I turn it up, it echoes a lot. But you can go into super echoey mode by just pushing the hall button, and it will turn off the reverberation setting. It'll save it, but it'll just put it away, and then it will enter in super mode and echo basically like a concert hall. So that is that. Next is just very basic piano organ button right here. So by default, when you boot it up, it goes into the grand piano. But if you push the piano/organ mode, it will switch to the organs. And then there's lots of different organs to play around with there. So that's, oh, there's the organ. So that's pretty useful. Stay tuned for the next video. We're going to be recording music and also MIDI stuff in the future for composing. So, that was it. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.